in the heart of Ahmedabad's busy junction, is a new iconic landmark, the global headquarters of the Zydus Group, the Zydus Corporate Park. Drawing inspiration from both local cultures and global milieu, it has an imposing facade and stands tall in a sprawling 7-acre expanse. The extensive metal work in the building is inspired by the Kansaras, the artisans from Gujarat who work with metal. The fine triangulated perforations on the walls are a modern adaptation of the glass work on the bhunga that one finds in Kutch. The fort-like structure, which intrigues the passers-by, is inspired by the forts and ramparts of Western India. Zydus Corporate Park comprises 3 large rampart-like walls, which are 47 meters tall and 125 meters wide. These towers have open workstations with 100% daylight penetration for over 1,000 Zydans who work here. The work on the new corporate office began in 2016. Extensive research was undertaken by the architectural firm Morphogenesis and Zydus project team, which executed the project. Special attention was given to the environmental strategies at the design stage. Collaborative and meeting spaces were another important brief at the design stage to make the workplace both a buzzing and productive one.
A place better than home would mean not only in terms of indoor conditions of working, but would also mean the outdoor spaces as well, would mean the entire site. And the site being an incredibly nice site, abutting the highway, had one major environmental consideration, and the consideration was that it faced west. And as we all know that Ahmedabad being a hot and dry climate, and it can get very hot, the challenge really was, how do we create a site, a place that would be comfortable for all. And we set about thinking about how would nature deal with a problem like this. And the idea was that we would create a hill, a geological feature, a dam, a solar dam, something that would block the west sun towards the highway and create an entire site, a virtually new site within that solar shadow. And in that solar shadow would be a naturally much cooler environment. This geological feature spanned the entire length of the site and the height of the building. It's doubly curved to emulate and to resemble the movement of the sun, nature, its relationship with the highway, and its relationship with all the functions that it houses within it, which were essentially all the circulation and the services. And that not only created a solar shadow, but also provided a thermal buffer to the rest of the site, thereby creating 2 distinct sites, one outside the project and one within. And the one within would be like an oasis.
The spacious interiors of the Zydus Corporate Park comprise of an auditorium, an open-air theatre, gymnasium, library, around-the-corner bistros, cafeteria, visitors' lounges, and open workstations. It consists of breakout spaces and around-the-corner bistros to promote employee engagement, also creating a perfect setup for brainstorming sessions and informal meetings. The Zydus Corporate House has interview suites, business centers, and meeting rooms at all levels, where Zydans can engage with visitors, collaborate, and conduct internal meetings. Constructing the Zydus Corporate Park was quite challenging. Over 1,000 people have worked day and night to make this dream a reality. The curvilinear 3 walls of the building were the toughest. Over 130,000 pieces of cotton steel have been used. Each rhombus shape that was made to order had to be precise. Each piece had to be measured and designed on site. To construct the negative curve in the wall 3, one had to work against gravity. More than 35,000 square feet of handcrafted terrazzo wall finishes and floorings was also one of the most time-consuming and challenging aspects of the Zydus Corporate Park. The sculptural landscape of the Zydus Corporate Park serves as a setting for the iconic facade. The entire layout has been inspired by the 5 elements of nature: earth, water, fire, sky, and air. The facade with the cotton steel brings out the element of fire. The water that flows through the Zydus Corporate Park brings a sense of limitless journeying and movement. The elements of the sky and the air are in the large open spaces where people can connect at Symphony, the open-air theatre, and the walkways along the building. Verdant greens along with water bodies create microclimate on site and add to the flora and fauna of the space. Art installations placed at strategic locations greet the visitors and Zydans alike. Sculptures and artworks of both local and global artists liven up the spaces in the Zydus Corporate Park. The building also echoes the Zydan spirit and the Zydan way of working. This is best seen in the poetry and motion artifact in the form of 48 copper bugles weighing almost 2.5 tons coming together to create music. A museum that showcases Zydus' journey of growth over 25 years is also one of the focal points of the new office. A great place to work, it is said, is one that brings in trust, openness, camaraderie, and happiness. The Zydus Corporate Park certainly inspires all of this and much more. It's a testimony to the journey of growth, which has been all about cherishing the legacy and yet adapting to change, evolving and transforming in response to the times.